We are looking at March 8th through the 11th. Again, we do not have school on Friday because that is Record Day. Following Record Day, we are in spring break. So let's take a look at this short week. We're in reading right now, and the question that we're focused on is how do readers compare and contrast the patterns of events? So the events that are happening, but more specifically the pattern of these events in different stories, myths, and traditional literature from different cultures. When we take a look in Monday's folder, we are going to meet at 9 o'clock. Now, last week we spent a lot of time in our meetings discussing writing. This week we're going to focus more on reading. So during that meeting, we're going to introduce how readers compare and contrast the patterns of events. We're going to read 2 short texts together and complete a graphic organizer to discuss those events. After our meeting, you are still going to read 2 texts. They are very short. They are right here. There's one about monkeys in the moon and the other one about the king's fire dogs. After that, you are going to complete and submit this graphic organizer to this assignment right here. After that, you are going to watch the Grammar Lesson 20 video. It's introducing idioms. I know you've heard of idioms before. There is nothing additional to do today with grammar. Just watch the video. And then I encourage you to read for 25 minutes on your own. Now on Tuesday, in our live meeting, we are going to discuss and review the graphic organizer you did yesterday for the monkeys and the dogs. And then we are going to discuss those texts. And I am going to introduce you to some multiple choice short answer response questions. That's all during our live meeting. After that live meeting, you are going to read 2 texts. They are How Maui Shared the Sun and How Crow Brought Daylight. Again, focusing on the patterns of events that are happening in these 2 texts. After that, you are going to complete this graphic organizer. You will not upload it anywhere today, but you are going to respond to this discussion board post. After all of that, you are going to watch this video where you are going to learn a little bit more about idioms and what they might look like if they were literal. When we take a look at Wednesday during our meeting, we're going to go over that graphic organizer from Maui and the Crow. We're also going to discuss the similarities and differences in the patterns of events from these 2 stories. After our meeting, you're going to be encouraged to go back and reread both of those texts before responding to the multiple choice and short answer response questions. The text is located here, and the questions are right here. After that, you are going to watch a video to learn more about some common idioms. This is a very short video. And after that, you are going to choose an idiom. Maybe it's from the video. Maybe it's one that you came up with on your own. And I want for you to illustrate what it would look like if it were real, like literal. I give that example. If I were going to choose the idiom, it's raining cats and dogs, then I might illustrate somebody standing outside holding an umbrella because cats and dogs are actually falling from the sky. This is going to be due on Thursday, posted in a discussion board for your classmates to see. So you have 2 days to complete that idiom illustration. Finally, when we go into Thursday's folder, during the meeting, you see here, we will not be having one. So I do apologize. I do have a doctor's appointment. They would not let me change it, unfortunately. So we will not be meeting on Thursday. What you are going to do is complete your last reading test for quarter 3. I have a note here. Please take your time on this. Please open both texts. They're located right here in a separate window, and then come back and open up your reading test so that you have both of those viewable as you're answering the questions. The last thing you're going to do is upload your idiom here to this discussion board. Now, if you're still having trouble coming up with an idiom or an illustration, you can watch this video. I will tell you it is pretty lengthy. I think it's about 14 minutes long, but it gives several examples of idioms. It's kind of childish, like kind of silly, right? Like a cartoon, but it does provide really good examples of the meaning and what that might look like. That's your week in reading. Let me know if you have any questions.